if you could post this link on
Yep.
YouTube and on our Twitter, that'd be great.
Yep.
Hey, okay, no one's here yet, but we're not late. It's always been this time at 3:30. What are you talking about? Actually, I'll post it to Twitter. You can post it to the Discord because I have the thumbnail image. But yeah, oh hey, somebody's here. What's going on? So yeah, we're doing some stickering today. Nothing fancy. I went on a bike ride, and then over the course of my bike riding, it just dropped out of my head that we had a stream today. So, that's just how we're doing it today. Speaking of how we're doing it today, we're doing some Soto Chronicle Gaim 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing some. Malunis presumably is doing some, or he could just be lying to me. You never know.
That's a load-bearing table.
Load. How long have you been holding that one?
Just 5 seconds.
Oh, okay. We're live.
I was like, load bearing, rope bearing. Which one do I use? And I am already in the process of stickering Yomotsu Heguri arms.
Cheater. Yeah, cheater. All right. Okay, we got 5 people. People are trickling in. So yeah, I'm gonna do this Road Baron. In the process of looking for toys to sell, I found one of my old clone troopers, and it is my green one. Green is my favorite color, and I'm glad I'm able to see this boy again. He looks pearly white because of this lighting, but he is very yellowed.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, not very. It just, slightly yellowed. At least it's evenly yellowed. But speaking of yellow, let's do some road work.
Yellow goes with green is a way you could look at it.
Sure.
All probably preferable if it wasn't.
I mean, I don't mind. It shows its age. It shows its that it was loved. All right, let's see. It was lovingly played with.
Was there is there a significance in the lore for the green?
I think it just means lieutenant. I think it could mean something else, but I'm pretty sure it's like early on in the Clone Wars before they personalized their suits. They used colors to denote rank. And then they were like, oh wait, I kind of want to look different. Let's change all of that. So they did.
Long-term weathering for accuracy, according to Peacemaker. For the yellow.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I could pretend that he was in the Clone War, in the initial Geonosis battle. Because I feel like that's where a lot of these colors came from. The Geonosis battle, and then they must have branched off after that. Sand Planet, not Tatooine,
that
not
works.
that one. Yeah, Sand Planet, not that one.
Sand damage.
Yeah. Oh, Peacemaker. Speaking of, I did not put it in the description of this episode, but going forward, I'll try to get some links out there, but he made sure to mention in the feedback portion that Games Done Quick is doing their stuff with Doctors Without Borders again. Ooh. So if you can, to the other 2 people watching, donate or check out any of the events going on in relation to some of that stuff.
It looks like you've attached most of the armor, but are still stickering it like that. that how you do
Yeah,
things?
I took it apart. I put it together just for the thumbnail.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, yeah, you know what? Technically, not technically. I do actually do that a lot because I want to play with the toy first.
Mhm.
I get impatient and like sometimes stickers will hinder what I want to do with a figure because like it'll be near a joint or something, or it might be scary or whatever. So I just want a very raw experience with the figure. Did
Mhm.
this worked, right? Some of these aren't lining up. Oh well, I don't care. Okay.
Peacemaker says, I keep forgetting it was starting Sunday until Chris Long tweeted about it. Oh, right.
What is?
The games thing. Dr. Boom.
Oh, okay. Also, I don't know if you could tell, but oh no, you can't tell.
Oh.
Do I have a light? I don't have a. Oh wait.
Is there molded detailing on the inside?
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, this is supposed to go on the left side.
Oh, very nice.
This one is supposed to go on T right side.
Oh.
So take that for what
Left
you will.
and
What is
tight.
up, Henry Dang? Henry Dang saying, looking at the new July Telebikun scans, I think it's time to say GG to Soto, Realizing Hopper, and 02 Izu. It's
There's a lot.
surprising that Soto didn't do at least Realizing Hopper. I still think there's a possibility when the 01 side specials come out, but yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Increasingly, when we talk about like, these are the things that Soto has left for 01, the further we get from it, I keep forgetting. Oh, right, people want Realizing Hopper. They're considering that like a definite possibility.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, it didn't even cross my mind because it's like, well, it's technically they don't have to.
But they kind of do. What's up, Blade Raider?
The stand sticker is all it is.
No, they have to like spray brush it blue or something.
Yeah,
they gotta.
That's true. The colors.
Yeah. I want them to keep pretending that it's blue.
Peacemaker saying, all I'm going to say is another decade was in the final set for 01, so anything is possible.
That's true. That's true.
I also,
you know what?
Oh,
the episode won't come out for a while, but we said something important during the most recent podcast we recorded with Josh, because we had a debate about Ghost and his placement within Soto potentially. And we wanted to throw it to you guys in the topics Discord. Huh?
I was trying to think of it too.
Yeah. So
podcast topics.
Yeah, podcast topics. So basically what we want you guys to answer is, well, Josh and I had this debate. Josh doesn't think that Ghost is going to end up in
I thought you were going to end it there. Josh doesn't think.
That is what I said. I did say that. But no, Josh doesn't think that Ghost would. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, you did the thing. Okay.
I did the thing. Oh,
he doesn't think Ghost has a ghost of a chance. Is what it comes down to.
Yeah, he doesn't think Ghost is going to show up in mainline Soto, and I wholeheartedly believe that I just ripped this sticker.
You believe, if not now, then when?
Well, I think. Oh fuck! Come on, don't do that, please. Please.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it the front or the back?
It's that thing where like it lifted from the sticky part.
Is the sticker on the front or back? Is that the damage on the front or back?
It's on the back.
It's not as bad.
It's not, I know. And it's just a quirk I'll have to live with.
Now you know it's yours.
Yeah.
Small Dream says, I'm not really sure why they do a realizing Hopper or the 02 when the existing figures are enough. If they did the final sets, they could include it there. Yeah, like the end of series premium Bandai things. And also says, so like, what could they even include in book 10? Oh no, I get what they're saying. What could they even include in book 10? Like Storius, Hybrid Saber, Zen Kaiser Saber. That's
What the
not
hell is
enough for a whole
hybrid
book.
saber?
It's one of the transformations for the toy, which I think is supposed to be like the King of Arthur thing. I don't think we've seen a suit.
Okay.
So it's kind of just assumed.
I fixed the sticker. Jesus. Did you guys see how terrible that was? That was horrible. I ripped it multiple times over the course of that. Oh my god. Anyway, as we were saying, I think Ghost can make it into mainline Soto. Josh does not think that. And I put it in the Kamen Rider Discord channel that the way Ghost is split, or the way that you can split Saber, is a good way to split Ghost.
Also, we have Durandal, Solomon, the Ghost form, the Spectre form, and presumably Gat Triker, because we still don't have that.
I don't even know that we'll get Gat Triker.
Unfortunately, as soon as I saw that, I was just like, oh, right. Oops.
Oh, as soon as I saw that, oh no, I want it. They won't give it to me. But
well, at least we got the main bike, I guess.
Yeah. We have seen on multiple occasions that the DX one will basically work out for you.
Yeah. And if enough time passes and it seems like it's not happening, well, I guess I would need to get one first, but I kind of want to do a Soto upgrade set for that.
Same, because like the handlebars are really the only thing keeping it from being Soto compatible.
Rather, if I can get one, I'm going to see if there's a possibility to easily remove that part and replace it with another one.
I put this sticker on wrong.
Uh-oh. What? That looks...
I've been doing this wrong all day.
Maybe if you remove the chest armor. What was the problem?
I put it one triangle too high.
Yeah. So get those thumbs in there and just like pull it down. Oh, or that.
No, I can't. It's too far.
Okay.
Too far up to smooth down. So here's another really bad thing that I'm doing. I dislike this greatly.
Yeah, and that was a very fun episode, the latest one we've recorded. I look forward to seeing people's reaction to that one.
Yeah.
Because it was just like the discussion started and I have my things to say, but for the most part, it's just like, I'm just going to step back and let this happen.
I mean, it was a pretty. It took an hour, I'd say.
Yeah, overall it was like a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, and I honestly didn't think it would last that long, but
I did.
But yeah, sound off in the podcast topics Discord. I really wish. Actually, Malunis, would it be possible? And you don't have to say yes. Would it be possible if you could pull together a clip of that?
I could see what I can do.
Like, but then again, it was an hour-long thing. Never mind. Don't do that. Yeah.
Well, you were going over it, how like Ghost can kind of split apart in a saber-like fashion,
Yeah,
and
that and like um
and that also kind of goes with what I've been saying over and over, which is that if they figure out how to make Saber's ghost form work, then they've effectively figured out how to make Ghost work. And
yeah,
all the parts are there, literally.
yeah. So all you need are pants, and let me tell you, they got a CG model or a 3D model of the pants already. I think so. Like the way I thought it might work out was that you would have Wave 10 just being fully the Saber ghost forms, and then put their ghost riders with them. It'd be a set of 6: Saber, Blades, Espada, and then Ghost, Spectre, Necrom, right?
that
But
part,
then Josh was like, "Oh no, we still got a bunch of this stuff to do. There's not enough room."
I was
Uh,
about to say, I was with you until you decided the entire last wave of this of Saber is just going to be Ghost. I'm like, uh, maybe it's sprinkled throughout Revice, but
I
this,
hey, that's fine because that's when presumably a Necrom special would occur
right?
during Revice.
We've had weirder things that would air on TTFC after the show ended, like that series of chibi animations for 01.
What?
Bet you didn't remember those existed.
I didn't. What?
Oh, yeah, they have a series of animated shorts that for 01 that are like done in a chibi art style.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah, and I think I don't remember how many episodes there were, but I feel like episode 3 or 4 of that aired during Saber.
Oh,
So it's like they're not opposed to be. They're not going to be like, well, Saber's over, abandon all Saber.
I mean, well, my main argument for one of my main arguments for it, not just the ease of use. It's also something like they're pushing this TTFC stuff. Soto had said on the Decade one that they didn't want to pass it up. They didn't want to pass up, this opportunity. And I feel like the same could be said for this Ghost stuff. They probably wouldn't want to pass up an opportunity.
I don't know if they would necessarily say it, but they're probably thinking the same thing we are, which is that, well, if they're not going to release the Ghost figure this way, then when are they?
Yeah, I mean, I pointed it out during
they might in
episode.
fact say, due to various reasons, this seemed like a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I gave out the options, right? Either and remember that the Soto team has to answer to the higher ups, right? And they approve everything that they're allowed to do. So I don't know that Saber, or I don't know that Ghost would be able to sustain an entire Soto Chronicle.
Yeah, that's I was about to say. I just said, if not now, then when? And Peacemaker said, answered the next Chronicle line.
No,
The thing
disagree.
about that, the context of why I'm saying that is that Ghost pretty consistently is very low on the list of favorite writers in Japan.
Yeah.
To the point, again, I always cited the list of top 20 lead writers. Ghost isn't even on the list.
Yeah.
It's not a joke, it's literal. But because of that, we're not thinking that there's going to be a Chronicle Ghost.
Yeah.
As much as I think it deserves it.
I agree. I would still like it. I'd still buy into it. The problem is I don't know that their higher ups would allow them to do that. Because you have to not only do an entire retail push, but you also have to do premium Bandai because, they got to sell things on both fronts, right? And I don't think that Ghost has enough of a push to get it over to both of those. And then you have Shoto as an option. You're going to get significantly less than you would with Soto, right? But it also has to sustain a little bit of a premium Bandai presence as well. And I don't know. I don't think I think the more attractive option would be to just put it in mainline Soto and get what you can out,
Yeah,
right?
and also people might think it's weird that we've got 2 or 3 Saber and Ghost crossovers. Like, why is that? First of all, same head writer, but also I get the feeling that those are more of a passion project rather than a thing that will sell.
Yeah, and potentially it could end up being a bit of a a test to see what they can sell.
Yeah,
To
what's the
see
vibe on Ghost as a series?
what?
That yeah, I was just agreeing with you that they're like, what's the vibe on how Ghost is doing
Yeah,
as a series?
and nothing says that more than the premium Bandai item that they announced for it. I mean, yeah, they said you had pointed out that they had been looking for a place to put that gimmick item.
Right at the Yujo burst Ghost icon, because it it seemed like, yeah, the way they phrased it was that due to various reasons we couldn't release this at the time, but since we're doing these crossovers, it seemed like a perfect opportunity to pair it with Kano and Spectre.
Yeah, so I I think if these go well, because they even said that if this does well, we might be able to do more. So if it goes well, then I don't know. I feel like we could see a push for Ghost and Soto, just like how we saw it in Decade. Josh's main argument, the main reason why he didn't think that was, gonna happen is because Ghost never actually appeared in the show. Ghost is not technically a Saber rider, and
Mm.
Decade
I
is
can see that.
technically a Go rider.
Yeah, like the Zukon has updated with Geo content, and hey, guess who's on the writer list for that? Decade in the end.
Oh, so yeah. Let's see. Haven't caught up with the chat in a bit.
Lot of talk before about Vulcan and Valkyrie. It's possible that they'll make it into book 10.
Is that soon?
I think it might be one of those situations where there's going to be a brief theatrical thing, and then the DVD release much later. I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because when we were talking, we had filled it up with a bunch of Saber stuff. Our predictions for 10 with a bunch of Saber stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like in final waves and now in first waves, we might be able to expect more than that. So I'm thinking now, my prediction now is that Ghost is going to show up as one of the figures in 10.
I think that the idea of Ghost making it into Saber, it's not impossible. I just don't think they're going to do it as a whole wave. I do think it's possible it could be like, here's Ghost paired with Saber's Ghost form, and then maybe a wave or two later, here's Spectre, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, part of me thinks that they might want to just get them out there and then be done with it.
Yeah, that's
but if
also
it's a
possible.
slow burn, I don't know. You have a chance that it might like fizzle out before you can get everything you want. That's why I'm afraid of the slow burn.
Weirdly fitting for Ghost.
Well,
what else to say? AJMC says Vulcan Valkyrie in theaters August 27th. The DVD comes out in November.
Oh, okay.
When was well, I know that we're getting book 9 in July. So
book 9.
I'm looking it up. Just to see what I have written down. Yeah. Saber Book 9 in July, Saber Book 10 in August.
Okay.
So that could be like a pretty good tie-in point.
The calendar updated yesterday. I think
the what?
Calendar updated yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. I forgot what with because I only glanced at it. But
did we? I feel like we must have talked about it in the lengthy discussion on the podcast. The fact that turns out Saber's superhero Senki form is Token Boost.
Yes, yeah, we did talk about that.
So the DNA of that form is at least within Soto.
Imagine if Soto doesn't do it, and then Yuno does. Imagine that.
Oh, yeah. That was also the thing where, like, I don't even know if we talked about it on the podcast. The fact that Superhero Senki has Rider World as like a Zenkaiger monster.
Yeah, I mean,
and then there's the Sentai Megid for Saber. It's like, how? First of all, are these getting toys? And two, how?
Yeah, I mean, to speak against what I had just said, obviously it is a Saber form. It's not necessarily a fusion form, right? It's Saber in there.
Superhero Senki form.
Wait, is it all of them hanging out in there? I mean, it's using his belt, though.
Yes, I was saying that because that's the name of the form, Superhero Senki.
Oh, okay.
I believe that the ride book. I know the ride book does that thing where it's like Dragonic Knight, where it's a really big image kind of splayed out. And I know that it's a bunch of Rangers. There might be riders in there as well.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah, if that gets a form, then we have that ghost figure. Then you just release that. You can release boost. You have you can change up the surface detail. Give us Spectre's version of that. I'm gonna just assume the name is like Hot Spectre or something.
Wait, what was this? I was reading the chat.
Tocom Boost, but Spectre. Silvery? Purpley?
Deep Spectre.
Deep Spectre. Yeah, I was... Wow, that's a name.
Dive too deep.
Boom.
Man.
On the road. Road Baron is done. Oh, no, he's not. I still gotta stick in these.
Oh, right. What was I gonna say? Oh, the Wonder Ride book is called Superhero Senki. I don't know if the Saber form is called that. Reading the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, what I was also gonna say was that it is weird how. Again, the reason I don't doubt that we'll probably get Ghost in Soto is the fact that, again, so much of the DNA of the forms is kind of making its way in. Like,
yeah.
if you're assuming that they're going to go form completion, then at the very least, Saber is going to have some parts of Ghost.
Exactly. Like,
if you haven't taken a good look at the Blades form, it is very literally just Blades wearing the Deep Spectre hoodie. Like, there are no unique form parts on this guy, unfortunately.
And if we are doing the math, right? For sure, we know for sure, because this is just what Soto does, that those forms are definitely, like, the Saber forms are definitely happening. At the very least, the Saber forms are happening. I'm sure of it. I'm convinced of it. It would be strange if those forms didn't exist.
Yeah. Well, also you have things like Decade Armor Ghost form, which has Grateful.
Yeah, that's true.
Superheroes think is token boost. It's like Faucion is just Ghost. It's
Well,
like,
I mean, to be fair,
all these
we
parts.
already know that even if they have the decade stuff, they will still remold it.
Probably. There's a possibility that they could save themselves a little bit of money by just being like, no, let's just, yeah. It's like, let's save ourselves some time and just like use the limbs.
I mean, they're so baked into that mold that I don't know if you can.
There's nothing really attached to those limbs that you could just feasibly take those limbs and put them on a different crotch and torso.
Well, no, I mean like if you had that mold, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of like
I
you
wasn't thinking
won't
of
be
the
able to
mold
swap out
point.
the chest.
I wasn't thinking of the mold in this point. I was just thinking of like the model.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like there's not necessarily anything about the model that needs to be changed.
Oh, of course not. But they will tweak it. I mean, if they did, they will. I'm sure they'll give them ball jointed hands. You know. Let's see here. Where you started reading the chat. I don't know where we are in the chat.
Last one I read was Small Dream saying they don't know what the name of the form is. Blade Raider saying, I didn't dare stick with the Banisphere. Went straight to paint.
Oh. Ugh, whatever. I've made worse decisions. All right, cool. Oh, hey, since Blade Raider's here, I might as well show these off. In the process of finding things to sell for on Twitter for my sales thread, I found my Gundam Assault Kingdom figures. These are awesome. And I'm so glad they made even the Build Fighters ones. Because that's great. I painted these. And they're not the best. But you know, this shield was completely white and I couldn't have that. I don't know. It was really nice opening these up again. I ended up listing like exactly half of what I had. Then I decided to keep the rest of them because these are really neat figures, and they scale kind of okay with another one of my favorite lines. Microman Magna Powers.
Oh.
Yeah. Oops, my headphones fell out. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Oh no.
Blade Raider says, I love the BF figures. Wish we got more.
What's up?
Blade Raider was saying, I love the BF figures. Wish we got more.
Yeah. Same. I wish Assault Kingdom didn't vanish. Because Assault Kingdom was pretty good. Oh, no. You don't belong in this box. You belong in this box.
Oh, right. It has been pointed out it's weird that we haven't gotten an announcement for a Revice yet, like a press conference. I'm expecting it'll be soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if they want to wait until certain restrictions are lifted, but like, if they're doing that, then I don't know if Japan has quite a good handle on their situation.
We'll see. It was also brought up the fact that they dropped him in the poster, but I don't know if you saw this. The magazines included like some ride books that we're getting, like a Showa Rider ride book, Heisei Rider, and the Reiwa one. You can see 01 and Saber are on the cover, but there's just a big censor over it that says "Top Secret."
Yeah, I think I saw that.
At first, at very quick glance, I thought that was the actual cover. Just like the joke is that the Reiwa stuff is still in progress. And that when you flip it open, you get Rubice. Ooh.
Something I wanted to note. I appreciate these tabs, the Chronicle ones, because like I can at least get my my pinky in there and just rip. But for mainline shit, my finger ain't fitting that.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
Yeah, it's let's do a little comparison, size comparison.
I was about to say, I was
because
gonna
it's meant for smaller baby fingers.
Oh, okay. I was about to pull out one of my unopened soda, but then I realized no, I'm still got boxes from the big wave. The big boxes.
Yeah. I went through off camera and stickered the entirety of the Wave Before Big Boy Wave. Because I was bored and I kind of wanted to play with those toys.
Fair. HAMC asking how many rider gears do you think we'll get in toy form? I'd be surprised if it was more than 5. I don't know how many we've seen. I've seen that there is a 01, a Saber, and Geo. With some interesting numbering because the 01, hey, it says 01. Saber is 02, and Geo is 20.
That's gonna get a little hairy.
So
Kuga is conceivably 01.
Yeah.
And Ichigo is conceivably 01.
Yeah.
Would Nigo technically be 02? Or would V3 technically be 02?
That's a good question.
Right?
Well, I'm curious what sound effects does play on the gun, because I'm gonna assume that they all just say Kamen Rider.
Probably, yeah. I wouldn't doubt that.
I think that they do have a Kamen Rider sound and then also one specifically for Saber.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, Henry Dang saying, I wonder if we're going to get a 3-week break from Soto since the shows are going to be on hiatus.
For 3 whole weeks?
That's what I was about to ask. Is that confirmed? Because
wow.
I'm actually going to pull up the site, because usually TV Asahi will say something if there's going to be a break.
Oh, but hey, if there is, honestly, that's great for us. That's great for you guys, because we would technically be taking a break from recording anything, and then that means we can catch up on uploading podcast episodes.
That's true. Also, we could probably do the sticker streams in between if we want.
Yeah, absolutely. So you won't be starved of content, hopefully. But it would be nice to have a break. Always nice to have a break.
Right. At the moment, it's not clear how much of a break we're going to be getting. We will be on break for at least 1 week.
Okay. What week?
Presumably when the Olympics start? ?
Okay.
Olympics. I don't follow the Olympics, so I don't know.
Either.
July 23rd. And
Olympic system. I don't know anything about biology. That was a stretch. You didn't have to laugh at that one. I
assumed it was a good joke.
Do you not know what the limbic system is?
Not offhand.
Yeah, neither do I. But I've heard of it.
Okay, it says 2020 Summer Olympics. I don't know if that information is accurate.
I think they're still calling it the 2020 Summer Olympics.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
July 23rd until August 8th.
Well, hold on. They got rid of... This is a different chest.
Oh.
Right? Yomi is a different chest now?
Well, yeah. The suit design, yes. The suit is more generic.
Huh. It
I
is. Huh.
I got the concept art pulled up for my own reference. Yeah,
Hmm.
the chest is completely blank.
That's wild.
It's kind of a Kurokage situation.
Well, okay, yeah, I'm sure.
Hmm. We had an interesting discussion about the Kurokage suits and how
I,
like there
huh.
there may in fact just be like three suits.
Oh, I
Like
think I caught wind of some of that. Yeah.
yeah, it was interesting because I pulled up one episode where I knew that there were a lot of them, which was the Kachidoki Arms debut where he's fighting on the rooftop.
Sure.
And it's interesting the way they film it because it's definitely him fighting a bunch of them, but it's really close up, so you only ever see three on screen at a time. And then when it zooms out for him to like do this attack that blows them all away,
Right.
it's something where it's like, yeah, that looks like they could have just edited more on screen.
Yeah. Did you ever watch any of Amazon's?
I did not. I watched
Oh,
for
okay.
one episode.
Well, one, I didn't like it, so that's fine.
Mhm.
Two, there was this episode. I don't know if it's really spoilery, but they were fighting a thing that they were fighting a bunch of mooks, and it was so clear that they only had three suits. Like they made no attempt to disguise it well that they only had three suits. Like everyone was clearly delineated in the wider shots. Everyone was clearly delineated in groups of three.
Mm.
And
I,
it
I
was so transparent.
I feel like that might have been the situation in the Agito arc of Gio. Because I feel like that was something someone pointed out, where it's like a bunch of people wearing the same outfits.
Were
Because
they
it is
wearing
just
the
like,
same outfits though? Because they just put some dudes in regular suits and had like old bug looking characters
well, that's
in
the
the
thing is
back.
that that's the thing is that a lot of them were civilians with monster
Yeah.
heads.
Also, yes, Blade Raider, the Ant Amazon episode.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's for me. I would love to know exactly what the situation is with the Kurokage suits, because like you know the final episode of Gaim where he's kind of in Kiwami arms, but with without a helmet, and he's got that spray painted Kurokage chest.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the movie with Mega Hex, he summons exactly two Kurokage troopers. So it's like,
Well,
I wonder where that
here's
one
here's
went.
a positive thing though.
Mhm.
If you're army building, you only technically need three.
Yeah, that's my rule with troop builders. Once you get to three, you're technically done if you want to be done.
Yeah. It's a good rule of thumb, but I love Guardians too much, so
True. Oh, and the other thing that I thought about was that, hey, in the summer movie, you've got Kurokage, you got Kurokage Shin, and was there a third one? Oh, there was Guy Miyami, which is just the Jimba with black undersuit, which is basically Kurokage.
Mhm.
And then you got Knuckle. You don't see all four of these suits on screen at the same time. So, like, I'm pretty sure they put Guy Miyami in one scene for that reason.
Probably. I still really want those stage show writers,
Oh yeah, the
the
Protos.
protos. Oh shoot, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I could turn this into a proto.
Oh,
I mean the chest won't be right, but underneath doesn't technically matter to me
fair.
because I'm not displaying them that way.
I can't remember if there's a sticker for the chest design for regular Ryuken. Excuse me.
Bless you. Chest
Uh,
design. Oh,
because
there is a chest design. Look.
well, yeah. It's, the thing that I'm wondering is, I wonder if you could like carry over the sticker, if there is a sticker for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can just Oh wait,
You may or may not need to
collar.
paint it silver.
No, the
Oh.
collar's not gonna line up
Hmm.
because this is off to the side. This one isn't.
Hmm. Plus, I'm assuming that the proto writers are using black and silver. Actually, let me
That's
look up.
true.
Let me look up proto Ryugen.
I wonder if they actually had been seen at all in their base forms.
Well,
Not base form, but naked forms.
you could at least like suss out what the undersuit looks like. Yeah, I'm looking at an image of proto Ryugen, and it does look like it's basically regular Ryugen but black and silver.
Okay. Well, I only say that because like if you leave it on, leave the armor on, that's technically the only other form they have. They don't technically have the naked form.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, there's a possibility that they might make it into these specials.
Henry
I'm
Dang
holding up
asks
hope.
Henry Dang asks if the main Rider movies are getting pushed back to summer or to winter, then when are we going to get the team up movies in the summer? I'm gonna say consider the 01 movie and Superhero Senki as not examples, but just very special cases. Because the 01 movie was supposed to come out in summer, got pushed back because of COVID. And I would look at Superhero Senki as not the return of crossover movies, but just like, hey, both these series have very big anniversaries this year. Here's something special.
I would agree.
Yeah, that. And if you're referring to crossover movies, as in like current show, previous show, again, I would assume that those will probably still remain. I don't know. Could see that with this winter movie. Depends on. I think they do kind of announce them very early on, just with placeholder titles. So we might find out something when they reveal Revice. And yeah, what Blade Runner said, the delay helped real time very much.
Yeah. It's so good. Imagine what Rider and Sentai could do if they had more than a year of lead time for their stuff.
Yeah. I have one friend who's like, he can be very critical of the shows and the movies, and then he was coming away from it saying might be the best Rider movie. So I was like, oh, that's definitely a recommendation if I ever heard one. When people who are normally critical of something actually have like a positive thing to say about it, that gets my attention. Small Dream says Shirakura already said that we wouldn't expect more crossover movies for the time being. Apparently, the winter movie would be a special Kamen Rider anniversary as well.
Oh,
didn't hear that, but neat.
I heard. Okay, somebody somewhere passingly said. I looked at it on the timeline and never thought about it again.
Oh.
Well, I thought about it again, but I never found whatever tweet that was. But somebody said that Sentai was gonna change after what's their faces? These guys? Zenkaiger.
Yes.
After Zenkaiger? And not just like, hey, it's the next one, but like something substantively is going to change? Does anyone have information on that?
I was about to say, anyone could say that. Like, I don't know. Like, what sources do you have? What
I don't remember.
Not you. Just like hypothetically, the person giving that information. Like, what do you know?
True. But it felt like
could have very well been the person who said that. But I still would like sources.
Yeah.
that I definitely like was talking to someone recently about like the dinosaur motif. Now it seems like we're definitely getting that with Revice, and I was saying like that immediately made me go like, what does that say about Rider that it needs to do dinosaurs? Oh God, what does that say about Sentai?
I don't know. I think they're both going to be fine.
Yeah, well, it's more so just the idea of, wow, they're finally doing a thing that Sentai is kind of known for. It seems weird that they would finally do that all of a sudden. So,
I mean, maybe it's just creatively the direction they wanted to take with it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going anywhere.
But when the big company that's known for doing things in a kind of routine way every year,
yeah,
it's like, huh, what's going on here? Let's see. Small Dream explaining the Rider Anniversary movie was alluded to earlier this year, with Shirakura saying that it wouldn't have a huge focus on Saber or the current series, or Saber, aka the current series. And also said, yeah, that was a Shirakura interview from a week ago. It sounds like future Sentai series may be collectible or anniversary heavy.
What?
Pretty much like new. Oh, like Ultraman. Okay, like how several Ultraman series would just be like basically doing their version of Legend Rider items.
It's so weird that they keep. I mean, Ultraman's been good. Don't get me wrong, but like their power set has been leeching off of themselves for a while, and I don't get it. I don't understand why.
I would just assume, I guess that must be working.
I mean, it must be, but I don't know. It's weird that not enough of them have their own power set technically. Right? Like, I don't know.
And from what I understand, they would do things like Ultraman Ginga represents the water element, even though he's not water themed in any way.
Okay. I guess Henry Dang had a.
Yeah, I'm looking at the link now.
Okay, could you put it in DeepL and see what DeepL said?
The title says Kamen Rider Super Sentai. This is the last. Well,
all right. Bye, guys.
Kamen Rider has died. I remember that blog post. There was that one Candy Toy blog post where it said Kamen Rider has died.
Yeah. I mean, if something ever comes out like that, we should really screenshot that and save that for a rainy day.
It talks about the future he envisions based on what Toei Hero Works have accumulated so far. Let's see. The theme of the film is The Secret of the Birth of Heroes. Entrusted by Shotaro Ishinomori, the author of the original series. Yada, yada, yada. Okay.
Wait, is that how... So is there some sort of metatextual thing going on with that movie? And like technically the book, the Kamen Rider book, is going to be written by Shotaro Ishinomori, and then it gets turned into a ride book?
That'd be fun.
That would be a lot of fun. They could get back the actor who played him in that documentary, or not? The I don't know, retelling of his life.
I was about to say, does he have a son or a grandson who looks a lot like him?
There was correct me if I'm wrong. I watched a Doctor Who quote documentary where it was like, the people behind the first Doctor Who thing, and they brought in an actor to play the actor that played the first Doctor. And then later in Doctor Who, they brought that actor back.
I remember hearing about that.
The Doctor within the show.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. That's very fun.
Yeah. So I would like something like that. That'd be great. Let's see. Power Rangers and Sentai aren't going to be related, then Sentai might do more. I don't know. See, I say this a lot. I'm excited for when Hasbro finally can do shit on their own and not have to be tied to Sentai footage, because that means Sentai can branch out and do more. Right? And then maybe Toei will be like, okay, we've been waiting, but now we're going to start doing a big push, not just in the States, but globally. We'll have stuff on YouTube, yada, yada. You know, it won't just be Rider, and it won't be a little bit of Rider. It'll be everything. I don't know. That's what I hope for.
That'd be wild, especially to see like both series like side by side. Because you go back in Power Rangers and it's Sentai.
I know they both have a similar.
It's almost literally like looking at different timelines,
right?
Shirakura laughed and said, "People tend to think that Toei makes a movie with a large group of heroes every time they take their eyes off the screen, but actually, we don't do as many as we say we do."
Yeah, they haven't done it in a while. They're just known for it.
This year is especially special as it marks the 50th anniversary of Kamen Rider and 45th of Super Sentai. It's a big milestone, so I thought I had to do it. I thought this would be the first and last opportunity to make a double anniversary movie, so I decided to make it with a certain sense of a mission.
Wait. Hold on. Just mathematically, I don't know if that made any sense, right? Because if year by year they progress at a similar rate, eventually you'll land on, 50 and 55. That's true. 55 and 60.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah. Check my math.
But
maybe he's saying something like within his career, he might not have another opportunity like that.
I don't want to be rude, but he does look like an old man, so who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it could just be he wants to retire or something at some point.
That's also true.
Don't necessarily have to go morbid on it.
He says the Super Sentai series will be shifting towards the anniversary in the future, so it will be different from Kamen Rider series. So this will be the last time that Kamen Rider and Super Sentai will be together. This is not to say that the Super Sentai series will part company with Kamen Rider. I guess that does make sense as a sentence. But I think it will take its own path in the future, and this is the starting point for that.
Interesting. So Sentai, I assume this is what this is saying. They're going to be a little bit more they're going to recognize their history a little more and lean more into that potentially.
You know what? The comparison to Ultraman makes me think that they could be like, oh shit, our competitor is doing really well right now. We need to do something about it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, check this out. I got the perfect guy for the job, as long as you keep him reined in and don't let him do a bunch of weird shit. Grab you a Sakamoto. And you're basically good. Just don't, once again, do not let him do weird shit.
Keep him away from the women.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, have a bunch of women characters.
That's true.
Keep him specifically away. I do not need to hear more of his his love calls.
Oh, I was gonna say, let the women do weird cool stuff, but kind of watch over his shoulder while he's doing it.
Yeah. Also, Don't keep him away from Shelly. Keep
Who?
him all the way away from Shelly.
Who?
Um,
Shelly.
Gavon's partner.
Oh.
Did you watch the
I watched the first Gavon movie, I think. I actually
Gavon movie,
now
but did you watch the well, the Gavon movie, that wasn't done by Sakamoto.
I said that, but then I was like, no, wait, I haven't watched any Gavon outside of his appearance in Gokaiger.
So you didn't see any of what he was up to in Space Squad?
Nope.
Oh,
I
there
mean,
was this.
we were talking a little bit about the Decade versus Geo thing and how I was losing my mind at that Space Ninja thing.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I do. Yeah, but there was this long, gratuitous scene
Oh.
of just Shelly getting beaten up,
Huh.
and I, for the life of me, cannot understand why that scene lasted as long as it did, or why we needed to see it at all. It was bad.
Ain't he the one that makes the women cool?
You think? And at points he does, but like for every like awesome thing he does, there's also like a girl's in trouble or you know, one of those.
Isn't that a Decorange thing?
It is. Well, Girls in Trouble was like a side story to Space Squad.
Oh.
Which, don't get me wrong, Space Squad was a really good concept, and I wish that would have done better. But also, you gave your Sakamoto too much power. I said this on Twitter a while ago, but Sakamoto reminds me a lot of George Lucas, where you know, he has a great vision. Let him do that, but if you don't rein him in, they do a bunch of weird shit.
I'm gonna have a cool trio of villains here, and there's gonna be a Dutch angle. Lots of wires.
Like poetry, it rhymes.
You can get a purple lightsaber.
Yeah. You can have one. Let's see. What do you think the TTFC announcement is?
It's supposed to be a Sentai thing this time, right?
I thought it was supposed to be neither Sentai nor Rider.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's I can't remember if it was TTFC, but I do remember them one time doing an original kaiju thing. Like it was around the time of Ryu Soldier because they had the kaiju from that do the Ryu Soldier dance.
Interesting. I don't remember that at all. Which
probably
speaks to how well that did.
Well, I was going to say that might be speaking to it being a TTFC exclusive.
That too, yeah.
So, but I wonder. They're not opposed to just doing a random original one-off thing.
If they could give us Metal Hero, though, if they could bring that back and do that as TTFC, I'd appreciate it.
You know what? If they do an original Tokusatsu hero as just like a one-off thing, that could be fun.
That I would like that. But what I would not appreciate is if they did that and not made toys.
That's true.
And something tells me that might be the case. If they were to attempt that. I don't know, prove me wrong. Because, like, you know, they do these things sometimes where, like, oh, this is more adult. This is more, you know, so we're only going to do maybe the change items, and it's going to be the adult collectible something. But then that means we won't get figures, we'll get figuarts. We won't get, you know, DX, we'll get memorial.
As soon as you said adult, you know what you just reminded me of? The fact that there's that Yodana thing.
That's another Sakamoto thing.
Which also, I don't know if it's the exact same one, but apparently it had a very similar text blurb to Akiba Ranger where it said, "Good children shouldn't watch this."
Yeah.
Like I appreciate that they brought that back.
Yeah. Let's see.
don't.
Oh,
I did.
Blade Raider said dinner 5 time for me. Don't know when
Uh,
I'll be back. Well, I hope that was a while ago. Hope you're
it,
having a delicious dinner.
Speaking of Toku Heroes, dinner 5.
Dinner 5. Let's see. They saw how well Zet did as a tribute series, and they're like, "Here's how we can rejuvenate Sentai."
Oh,
That's fine. And
again,
also, Rai has
yeah.
said this on multiple occasions. But if they could scale back Rider and or Sentai and only do it like maybe a quarter of the year instead of throughout, that might be beneficial. Let's see. Peacemaker says Girls in Danger or the other 2 Space Sheriff movies. What about them? Right, I'm sorry, I'm reading these late.
Yeah. I'm guessing that was in reference to me saying, "Ain't that a decorator thing?"
Oh, okay. Small Dream says Sakamoto's like Toshiki Inoue in the sense that he'll be progressive so he can use more of his tropes. Inoue makes LGBT characters for love triangles. Sakamoto has more female characters to beat up. Or to beat other people up
Also
with.
true.
Yes. He's made some pretty cool characters, don't get me wrong. But it gets a little sexual and
I always bring up, if you haven't seen anything written by Toshiki Inoue recently, Gio's Kiva arc. There you go.
That was a good arc. good time was had. A good time was had with that arc.
Looking at the article again, another quote. Of course, the characters from the current show will be front and center, but each hero was once the undisputed star of the current show.
Sure.
That's why if you carelessly gather them together, you'll end up with a whole bunch of heroes who were originally the main characters in their own right. I am well aware of that fact, that this was a double-edged sword. It's very difficult to find the right balance.
That's very... I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, that's because the thing that I always thought was interesting, Ishida Kuda has always been a writer guy. He's always been involved with writers. So my theory / headcanon is that he's here to save Sentai. So the fact that he has these specific opinions on how to do things, and again, I always cite the one quote that apparently he said where he was like, Sentai goes away, I might have some ideas for shows to do. Because of all that, once we got the announcement that there was going to be a writer Sentai movie, I'm like, I want to see what his idea is for a crossover movie.
Yeah, and if he is, if he is taking into account how important the characters he's putting in there, I feel like he'll do his best potentially to give them the time they each deserve.
Right, and I also forgot the thing that I also like to point out from his Twitter, where he explained that the reason that they stopped doing the spring movies because they were supposed to put Sentai more out there in the spotlight, and the movies kind of ended up focusing more on Rider.
Yeah.
So that was the thing where we got Superhero Senki. I'm like, oh, I want to see what you do with this.
But also, that's your own fault.
It's he wasn't directly involved.
Well,
actually,
not
no, wait.
I'm saying like Toei in general. That's your own fault.
Yeah,
you did that.
Now I need to correct myself to see, was he involved with... Yeah, he was involved with all those crossover movies too, so that's another thing.
Oh, it is directly his fault. Okay.
Yeah, so I imagine that even so, maybe he's doing it in a shitty way, but he is kind of being like, yeah, these movies are supposed to be doing this. I don't know what these other guys were doing.
Well, it might also have been a thing of like, it's easier to write for Rider because you technically just have the one main character meeting with other characters, so then you already have an ensemble. But when you bring Sentai into the mix, it's like, we already have an ensemble, and you're just going to add to that? That's going to be difficult.
Apparently, a Small Dream asks, I wonder if Shirakura is still in love with the morally gray heroes. I haven't heard him talk about that in a while. Those are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fully admit, because I've also heard that Shirakura can be kind of an asshole. Maybe he was involved with these movies, and maybe he is kind of shifting blame towards other people involved with those movies.
Oh.
But I don't know how involved he really was. So
Interesting.
still,
I didn't know he was an asshole.
Well,
confirmed. Yeah. Thanks, Malunis.
That doesn't justify all the people adding him on Twitter. I'm just gonna say.
Oh, it doesn't. No, don't. Absolutely do not do that. I swear to God.
I actually, you know what? I will correct myself, backpedal a little bit. The thing that I was thinking of is that he kind of pulls a lot of statements out of his ass without much proof. Like the thing that I always kind of.
So you're saying he lies? Like an asshole, as you have described this man.
Sure. Hell yeah. The thing that I always like to come back to is some of the answers that he gives on Twitter. Like, I'm gonna see if I can find them. Because like there's a specific thing where I think this was an actual interview rather than something he said on Twitter, but he was talking about Geo early on and saying that, we want to make a time travel show that's dumbed down for the kids, basically. That not his exact words.
Oh.
But just implying that time travel stories are complicated, so we want to make a simple one for the kids.
Well, I mean,
ironic,
yeah.
considering how that turned out.
Yeah, well, maybe dumbed down in the sense that they didn't care too much about the physics or the continuity behind it. They just did it. Did whatever they wanted.
Small Dream saying, I remembered him saying that he was bored with what Ryder had become with Ryuki and Amazons, two series made to be very different from the rest, and yet he participates in Ryder.
Wait, what?
Apparently, there was a point where he didn't really like the state of Ryder.
Oh.
Yeah, I found some quotes from his Twitter that I kept saved for reasons. One person just asking, like, will we get a Shinobi movie or show in 2022? And he said, it'll for sure happen in Sogo's dreams.
That's not an asshole thing to say. I like that.
No, it's just it wasn't specifically that. It's just like, oh, these are some funny ones that he gave as like non-answers. Sure. Who are the four writers that appear at the end of the Shinobi spinoff? And his response is, that may or may not be revealed in 2022, ellipses.
Huh.
Is Quiz a result of Sogo's dream powers like Shinobi and Kikai? And he said, that is a mystery, even to me. And I love this one. It wasn't actually a response. It was just like a regular tweet just saying, I can't tell you why Quiz and another Quiz were able to exist at the same time because it's complicated and gets time paradoxical.
Huh.
It's the wording kind of makes it sound like he's frustrated at this point. I can't tell you why. Stop asking me. Funny man.
Yeah. Or as you have described him, as you've characterized him, an asshole.
Why do you think I keep those screen caps of him sitting in the throne and smirking?
What?
From those Geo 0.5 specials.
Oh.
There's just a dimly lit, ominous shot of him just sitting at the I assume it's a shocker throne of some kind.
I miss the 0.5s.
I always come back to them because they're just so fun.
They are.
We haven't had net movies in quite a while, and those are the closest to it. I also reference net movies a lot.
The Geo media that I always return to is the Kabuto arc.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Like, that was when they were pretending they were gonna try something with the show. They never did, but that was when you could pretend. And then also, my boy Kagami.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome back, Blade Raider. Nothing.
Wagamono
Malunis,
Kagami.
but Malunis did accuse Shirakura of being an asshole.
Kagami.
And I will not let that go. You can quote him on that.
Just don't at him on Twitter.
Absolutely do not.
At least we agree on that.
Yeah.
Small Dream also says that reminds me about how the Decade versus Geo Blu-ray is going to have a Q&A with Shirakura and
Cool.
reveals Tsukasa's true fate.
What?
To be honest,
that he's alive, actually.
Oh, okay. I still need to see the other half of that, but I don't care.
Oh,
about spoilers.
excuse me. I mean that he's dead, actually. That he's man with hat, actually. It's been him the whole time.
Narutaki.
Yeah. I love Takis. Actually, you know what? Takis are a little too dense for me. A little too hard.
I've only had them once, and they're kind of interesting flavor.
I mean, I can enjoy Takis. I can enjoy Takis. I just don't have them often enough. What I love, though, if we're talking spicy snacks, what I love is a good old hot Cheeto fry.
Oh.
Have you had those?
No. I'm generally not into the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Ooh, no, I mean, they're not Flamin' Hot. I do love me some Flamin' Hot. But the hot Cheeto fries are delicious. Like, I used to, when I was in college, there used to be, and I don't know why, I used to go to like the dining area, or not dining area, like the little market area. I'd get and I don't typically like this. I don't know why I keep buying it, but like a tuna fish sandwich and then hot Cheeto fries. And for whatever reason, that flavor combo always got me. I loved it. Yeah, if you get an opportunity and if you like hot, spicy stuff, that's where I go. Hot Cheeto fries.
Oh my god! Blade Raider just said Shirakura is like that one producer on the Transformers movies that just won't stop talking. Yes, that's it.
Huh?
You don't remember? You haven't seen those news articles that came out during the Bumblebee movie where it was just really just would not shut up with some really stupid things to say about the movies. Like one of them was the fact that they were planning on doing an Optimus Prime focused movie, and he famously said that the idea that because they were like deciding against doing the movie after a while, and he said something like, you know, it's not easy to do a movie focused on Optimus Prime. It's like trying to make a movie all about Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's not that easy.
Fucking what?
Exactly. Several reasons why that's wrong.
Oh, well, I mean, to make a movie isn't an easy process in general, but yeah, what an asshole. That guy I can definitively say is an asshole. Unrelated, let's make a big boy. I really want to make a big boy today. Shall we? Shall we make this big boy together?
Sure. Right. That should be a nice quick one. There's minimal stickers.
Really? Okay.
You know what? Open up the arms and see what I mean.
Okay. See this? Oh, you now see what I mean. This? I can't. I can't. So then
I just yank it open.
Ugh. Look at that. Gets all janked up. Look at that. It's ripped now.
Now you're not going to be able to resell it.
I don't. I don't keep the boxes to resell. I keep them because. Well, why do I keep them anymore? No, I wanted to do something. So this is more of an in-house thing, but I've really been wanting to do. Fans of Rider. Everyone has their own OC. I really wanted to do a Soto-based rider or hero, and for Soto Pop specifically, like we'd each have our own avatars, and mine would be build based. So basically, my suit would be build. And my belt would be builds, but instead of putting in bottles, I'd put in the 2 Soto box halves. And, I kept a bunch of the boxes around for that purpose. I don't have any of the build ones, unfortunately, but so I kept around a lot of boxes. And I think we had figured it out that you would be Xaid, and you would use sort of a Brave base body. Josh would have been Geo. Yeah. Something fun like that. I've been wanting to do it. I've been wanting to make like little trading cards of it or stickers. I don't know that anyone would be would want any of that, but I would want little trading cards that in the style of Soto boxes.
Also, Blade Raider. Don Murphy, I can't confirm whether Don Murphy is the guy you're thinking of, but the guy I'm thinking of has the very long name Lorenzo de Bonaventura.
You didn't want to what?
Lorenzo de Bonaventura. It is a guy who works on the Transformers movies.
Huh.
I pulled up the quote where he's talking about the idea of an Optimus Prime movie. He said, "It'll be hard with Optimus. He is always right, very stoic, and a man of few words. It is kind of like saying, let's do a movie about Obi-Wan Kenobi. How much is there to say about Obi-Wan? It's not so easy."
What an idiot. What an imbecile.
It's like, what is there to do for an Obi-Wan movie? I don't know, maybe something between the prequels and the original trilogy?
Yeah. About a guy who has PTSD who failed the galaxy and is trying to right his wrongs? Yeah. I don't know. What would you say about that guy? Let's see. Small Dream says my OC would be Zenkai Juron, but with a Jiao Dragon's Head and King Caliber. Not even recall it. I mean, hey, that's an easy kit bash. What I'm working on the side today is more Digibash mock-up of weird rider things to make. This time Disney Renaissance Rider on a saber base with VHS tapes of Hercules, Lion King, and Aladdin. Hey. That's the name. Don Murphy was the asshole producer for the first movie. Oh, that's fun. So I'm guessing what you're going to use blades for Lion King. What do you got for good old Herc?
Good question. I remember shortly after the Bumble movie came out, there was just
the Bumble movie.
The Bumblebee movie. It felt like for a week there was just like constant news about the movies, and the thing that I kept going back and forth was, is the Bumblebee movie a prequel? Is it its own thing?
That's still going.
Yeah,
that has never stopped.
That's the thing, is that it seemed like once the box office numbers came in, it seemed like they decided, no, this is not a prequel.
Yeah.
But now they're like, it'll connect. They're talking about this new one that they're doing and saying like it'll connect with the Optimus Prime of the current movie or the Bayformers. But not their words. But then also at the time that they were also saying things like, We're thinking about an Optimus Prime movie. Actually, never mind. Obi-Wan Kenobi. We're thinking about a Beast Wars movie. Never mind. Too expensive. We're thinking about a sequel to The Last Night. Never mind. Bumblebee. Just like all these things. And it
That
seems
man
like,
has to stop talking.
yeah. But it's also, now I'm thinking about it, it's like, we're doing a movie connected to the Bayformers. We're doing a sequel to Bumblebee. We're doing a Beast Formers movie. And then also, it sounds like the Beast Formers movie might be a little bit focused on Optimus Prime. So it's like they just took all these different ideas and just shoved them together. That's probably not a good sign.
Remember when they got like this? What was it, like some sort of weird brain trust of writers to like
Yeah.
map out a story?
Yeah,
Or whatever.
I was trying to remember what the story was there, and I remembered it as they decided to just like shove 4 different script ideas together.
And then we got The Last Night.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like 4 different movies. Did you watch it at all?
That's the one I have not seen, that in the Bumblebee movie, but I do want to see.
What?
I want to see both of them because I want to finish off the Bayformers and then also start fresh.
Okay. Last Night,
It sounds like
think
it
I
was.
saw
Sounds like
immediately.
it sounds like it was an experience.
It's a long experience. I
Yeah.
was really, oh man.
Age of Extinction, as I'm not the first one to say it, Age of Extinction was at least 1 hour longer than it needed to be. Wasn't it like 3 hours long?
There were some good. I don't know if you saw Vangelis's video on it, but there were some very good elements to it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I remember him describing The Last Night as if to say that at this point Michael Bay's editing is aggressive to the point that he doesn't want you to enjoy the movie.
Wait, what the? Okay, let's try this.
Yeah, the thing with me is I do want to see The Last Night just because it's like it's the last one of the Bayformers. Asterisk because we got this new movie.
Yeah. I still don't see why they feel the need to. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess in the pursuit of making money. Yeah, capitalism.
Do what? Just another movie in general?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought, like, honestly, I thought it was just a fad.
The live action movies in general?
The live action Transformers ones, yeah.
You know, that there's an interesting observation not related to Transformers on this other podcast where like they were talking about how like Star Trek at the time that it had come out was kind of compared to Western shows. Like the way they marketed it was to say it was like a Western show, but in space. And the reason why is because at that time there were just like this unusual flood of Western programming. And the comment on this podcast that I always think about is where they said one day in the future, people are going to look back on current like MCU stuff and be like, why were there so many superhero things at this time? The same way that you think about old Western shows. It's like, you know what? You're right.
I mean, if it makes money, then people are going to chase it.
I'm interested to see where superhero stuff goes after Endgame, just because, like, I don't know comic books that much, but just from watching the MCU evolve as a casual outsider, just kind of knowing, oh, there's this thing called Doctor Strange, which some people are into, but maybe not a lot of people know about, or Iron Man. People don't really know Iron Man, but they made a really good movie about it. I'm curious to see what else they have to work with after Endgame, because I imagine at this point they're going to be like, let's start exploring some other superheroes.
I mean, yeah, that's what the shows have been up to. And I mean, It's been a good time. Anybody catch Loki yet? That was great.
Was it a low key hit?
Not low key. It's a pretty big hit. High key, yeah.
I'll also say most of the stickers on that on King of Arthur are just the sword.
Oh, good, because I hate this process. Because like it's a huge sticker, right? So if you line it up right, or if you line it up wrong at the top of something, you won't find out if you're wrong until all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I was correct. Also, you're only stickering one side,
Mm-hmm.
which is. Does that mean I have to buy a whole nother one just
No, I
to
think
get the stickers on the back?
You can confirm for yourself, but I think the details are different on the back. Or are they?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I think they're the same.
Oh, I'm thinking of when it's the robot folded up into a sword.
Well, here's my thing is it's close enough to where I would be fine.
Right.
You know. But also this is not his folded up form.
Yeah.
Could you conceivably fan mode a sword form out of this guy?
I haven't tried, but you could certainly attempt it.
All right, we'll go through it. We'll try it.
Yeah.
So this does not have stickers.
Nope.
Okay. Moving on into the next box. Next box 1. It's my favorite console. What you doing on the 4th, my friend?
I don't know. Probably hang out with family if they're doing anything.
Nice. I'm hanging out with some of my friends. Gonna go to if any of you keep up / kept up with Go Mango, Alex. Going to his house, doing a little get together. Gonna just play video games, eat good food. I'm making spam masubi. It's gonna be like a potluck situation. Huh?
What is that?
I swear to God, not enough people know about spam masubi.
That's my favorite game developer. Ben Masubi.
It's sushi, right?
Sushi. I've eaten sushi.
Yeah, but you put spam in it.
Oh, spam. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you think I said?
I don't know, but I interpreted it as Sven.
Sven?
I don't know. You're rustling stuff over there.
That's fair.
Okay, spam musubi. Got it.
Yes. And I don't think, I don't know if it's necessarily a Japanese thing. It's more of like a Hawaiian thing, but it's been subsumed by, it is Asian adjacent, so it is Asian food.
Like a California roll?
I'd say less so than a California roll that it had been subsumed. Like it's popularized now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not to brag, but I'm fairly good at making spam masubi.
Bob in the chat says, just learned about spam masubi recently. It's fantastic. A little Hawaiian deli opened up near my job.
That's awesome. I love spam masubi. You should have more of it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia article, and it leads to see also cuisine of Hawaii.
Yeah.
So it is, yeah.
Do you guys have an L&L chain around you? Do you, Malunis?
L&L?
Yeah, L&L Hawaiian barbecue.
I don't know.
Oh.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. I typically get chicken katsu there and whatnot.
Grilled spam sandwiched either in between or on top of rice. That does sound good.
Yeah.
That
so what I do
that sounds that sounds almost like if you want to have sushi but you don't want the fish.
Yeah, that too. But what I do with it is I pan fry it. I sear it on both sides. Because you're not cooking it, you're just getting it hot. So you get it crispy on both sides. Then you dump in a bunch of teriyaki sauce.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then cook it in there for a little bit. Take it out, get your sticky rice, make yourself some good stuff, and you're done. It's fairly simple process, but
Nice.
yields a very delicious meal.
I forgot why I opened up the candy toy side. I've just had this tab open for a little bit. Oh, you said the calendar updated.
Yes, the calendar updated. That's why I have that tab open too. But like, I didn't know what I was even looking for, so I didn't.
I forgot that the Soto Gaim premium Bandai sets are out now.
Yeah, I can't wait till I get my Tokollectibles one.
I finally have the weapon set. I finally dusted off my arms action arm upgrade set and added the Japanese style arm. So now Knuckle is wearing the Kurumi Bomba.
Kurumi Bomba. What does that mean?
Because the ones that come in that weapon set, you need to have a figure that has swappable hands.
What is a Kurumi Bomba?
The Knuckles fisticuffs.
Oh!
Kurumi Bomber, specifically.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Peacemaker says Tokollectibles will probably ship them next week.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, hey, the next week, or maybe the week after, who knows? We'll see. But I'll sticker them as soon as, or I'll save them for the stream and sticker them as soon as I get them in.
Careful with them this time.
I know. Did you perhaps sticker the Durian swords?
Not yet.
Try them out and let me know what method you're going to be approaching that with.
Yeah, because like my thing is, do I want to try to paint these? Because I don't necessarily have that exact shade of green. So
that's true.
So my option is, do I want to try and use metallic Gundam markers? Probably not, because I'm gonna have to pull out the Arms Action Bravo just to see what color that plastic is, if it's a metallic color or not. Because if I were to use Gundam markers,
he's a very lime matte sort of.
Well, I'm talking about the armor, because the sword's supposed to match the armor. Is it metallic or matte?
Where are you?
Is it your matte or matte?
You are in this box. I know it. I know it. Where did you go, my friend?
I could easily pull out my finger, but this is fun to listen to.
Huh? What?
Nothing.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, it is metallic.
Okay, so that's interesting.
But I feel like, where are you? Hold on 1 second. No, hold on. I have another option.
Thing, it's kind of a bluish green.
I mean, you might be able to throw some gold in there.
Oh,
right. That's yellow adjacent, right?
The other thing that I might see if I can do, I don't know if this logic works. I wonder if I could mix together some acrylic paint with a silver paint.
I don't know.
Try and get that shade as a metallic color. I don't know if that works.
I know I have a Gundam marker from my metallic set
Oh.
that might be the right color. I just don't know where that marker is.
Peacemaker says it took 2 weeks to ship out the CSM-O's figure, so I'm assuming same estimate. Yeah, I can't speak for the premium Bandai stuff, but it did take them a while to get my Soto Gaim set.
Oh, this is the same metallic. Yeah,
Soto
this is
Gaim.
not gonna.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about that metallic. Yeah, that's more of a yellowish green.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking of the same marker.
This is the GM 154.
Do I have to put the text on screen again? The Japanese
GM
text?
18 and then GM 154.
Metallic set green. Okay, so that doesn't tell me anything. I was reading the Japanese text.
But like these two look the same on the cap.
They do.
Yeah, this is a bluer. Yeah, this is the same.
What would you say it was? GM
154 and 200.
Okay, so neither of those are the ones I'm thinking of. I have two different metallic greens. One of them is called metallic yellow green.
Oh.
It's from a different marker set. But yeah, that's going to be a challenge. That's why I haven't stickered that one. It's because, like, do I want to settle on stickers or do I want to try to find a paint option?
Well, here's the thing. If you sticker it, you could always peel it off and wash it.
That's true.
So I would say
that when it comes to metallic colors, there is a part of me that's just like, maybe it'd just be easier to use stickers. Maybe I can just do that.
What's wrong with metallic? I'd say metallic is one of the more reliable ones for me.
Sometimes for me.
Oh, interesting. This is a big boy.
Yeah. Also, the thing I was getting at before with the opening up the arms, just like a pair of fully formed arms and just whoa.
Oh, excuse me. Oh.
Pair of fully formed arms and just two stickers.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, just in the that's an easy way to do it.
Big boy. How big is this big boy? They gave us like numbers.
They showed it next to a water bottle.
This has got to be slightly less than a foot, maybe.
Roughly. I remember seeing a comparison image with the deluxe toy, and the deluxe one is still quite a bit taller, but not by much.
Oh wow. Where's my boy?
Blade Rare saying the Gundam markers that give me trouble are the gold. Yep, that's one I'm thinking of.
Hold on. Okay. So how does this work?
Note that Bravo's swords are not the same green as his armor or suit. Oh. Okay.
Oh. I don't know. Where was the adapter piece that I was promised? Did I miss that?
What does the piece look like?
I don't know. It was just.
I will pull that up.
Does he hold this sword when he's in this mode?
Probably not, because the sword holds him.
I thought the sword summoned the other sword. Oh well, let's see.
Soto Chronicle. I've got the blog pulled up. That can't be right.
Okay. Hold on.
You keep it. That's not.
Okay. Boom. There we go. Dual wielding.
Nice.
Oh, he doesn't hold any swords when he becomes a sword? So I don't need it. Oh, well. Okay, let's see if we can fan mode in a sword mode, huh? I don't know how possible that is. So what does he do? He does this situation, right? He like holds it down here like this. Right? Oh, wait, I can... So... The fuck? Okay. So he holds it like this. Right? No. Come on. He holds it like this. And then... pretend... No, hold on. What if we just swap? Ooh. Nope, that won't work. Ah! I was thinking like swapping the head and the leg and then doing the... That doesn't work. No. There. Exactly like the DX toy. Nothing is different. Nothing has changed. This is the same.
You know, that's accurate for how they transform. 27 centimeters or 10.6 inches.
Okay, yeah, so slightly under a foot. Let's look at the articulation on this guy, because, like, feels like a lot. I don't know if I like playing with a toy this big, if I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a good pose in here.
What's the chat up to?
Very standard. Yeah, that's not bad.
Blade Reader says Bravo's swords are the same color green as the armor, but Arm's action has the wrong color of green for the armor.
Oh.
That makes sense.
But it's still the color of your toy, and they still have to match.
Right.
Unless you repaint both. Then in which case...
I ain't doing that.
Well, it's not the most difficult, right? You just gotta dunk the paint in there and let it do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't stickered this guy.
Huh.
Maybe that will be for another day.
I was about to say, you could do that for the stream in place of the Premium Bandai one.
No, I did purchase that one. That one was purchased.
Just have the box kind of in view while stickering this.
Right. This ain't a bad figure.
Nice. I got... how many figures did you sticker up? 2, and I'm going to say that's maybe a 4th.
I did 3.
I'm going to say the amount of stickers on Arthur. I'm going to say that's 2.5.
Oh, you're okay.
No, I'm saying that because Arthur's small.
We still have a few minutes left, and I have Sabella.
Ooh.
We're doing this.
Nice. The reason I was calling that out was to say, how many figures did you sticker? And I'm still on Yamato Hikuri's body.
Oh my god.
Well, we got to that point where we're talking about Shirakura, and then that side.
And then you pulled out your receipts. Also, yeah, I got a knife.
A saber in your hand.
Saber in your hand.
Oh, right. I can see what you were talking about with the adapter now.
What?
Or that is
Oh,
now that you've now that I've got the blog open, I can look into that.
yeah, I
That
forgot what it
is
looks like.
that is a Okay, so that does look to be a specific piece.
I'm worried that I threw it away. Hold on.
Same.
Oh no.
Translating the text.
What box is it supposed to be? Hold on. No, these are legs. Okay. What box is this? No, that's just the hands. That's Yomitahegiri.
I don't know if that's a part that's supposed to be included.
Oh, really?
I don't know, because the text just says, to explain in detail, in order to have a variety of soto, you need to insert a waist joint like this. Not all sotos are supported. So I'm sure you'll be able to find a way to make it work for you. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
So there's no part? I mean, the only part I have is the saber adapter piece.
I've sent you the photo just for context. It's a very specific looking part in retrospect. Like you see, there's like a hinge.
Yes.
I wonder what that is actually. The peg is also different than regular soda, right?
I'm looking at the box contents, and
yeah,
none of them have it. Is it in the wave layout?
I don't know. I'm gonna.
Did any of you guys receive the adapter piece?
We assume that that's a thing. Or,
yeah.
I'm gonna say at this point, you assume that's a thing.
I'm assuming, yeah. Because I thought we'd get it.
Now that I'm looking at the text, it does noticeably not say a thing about it.
That's so strange. I thought we were getting that adapter piece.
I wonder if that was an adapter made for them to like use this on different figures.
Yeah, and it was like an in-house thing just for the pictures.
Yeah. Like I don't. The thing that I'm stuck on is now I'm looking at it like, what is that from? Because it seems very specifically designed. It's got a hinge part.
And it doesn't look. It looks molded. It doesn't look printed.
The peg, maybe it's just the lighting because the peg on the silver part looks a little bit odd to me, but it almost looks like a hexagonal peg on the black part.
Hold on. Huh. Yeah, but it's not printed.
Looking at the wave layout, I don't see that part.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. You know what? I'm going to have one of these gums. Taking up too much space. Oh, man. That's a lot of stickums. Shall I speed run this?
Do it. You won't.
You're right, I won't. What if I take my precious damn time with it?
Sure.
You can't stop me. That is the piece the skirt is connected to on Dragon Arthur.
The black part or the silver part? Because the black part, that's the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
The silver part, yeah, that's the Dragon Arthur thing. That's what I thought you were about what you were talking about, but then when I pulled up the
No.
image, yeah. The black part, I don't even recognize it from anything that it has come out recently. Like I'm looking at the most Higgity. It's got something similar to that, which is connecting the loincloth to the pelvis, but it's also very different. It's the closest thing I could think of, and it's very different.
No, that's wild.
Mm-hmm. At the same time, I wonder if it being so small is even if that is an in-house thing, just by virtue of it being so small.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have a feeling if they wanted to make it, they probably could, because if some kid swallowed it, it would go right through, right?
That's
wouldn't.
true.
It wouldn't lodge.
I don't know why, but when it comes to the toy safety thing, I always think of it as, oh, if it's really small, then that's not good, right? But I guess it's the opposite.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot that a kid might swallow it at.
Mm-hmm. Trying to remember. There was I can't remember if it was something related to Soto or candy toys, or if it was just something I saw in a video, but I could have sworn that there was something like this toy involved projectiles that look almost like Tic Tac, so maybe that's why that toy got recalled or something.
Oh, interesting.
I can't remember where I saw that. It feels like it would be related to candy toys. Because yeah, I think that we've brought that observation up before. Like, obviously, kids might end up eating something from this because it's called a candy toy.
Huh. Is that why we don't get Kinder eggs quite the same way as everyone else does in the States?
I could have sworn that there was a reason for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like kids just ate the whole egg and ended up choking on a toy. Maybe. I don't know.
I just started Googling it, and it auto-filled with, why are Kinder eggs illegal? The Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetics Act prohibits Kinder eggs as they don't allow confectionery products to contain a non-nutritive object?
Hold on. That is the wait, the gray piece or the blue piece? We're talking about the black piece. Just looked at the picture. It's what Peacemaker said. No. The black piece. Black piece, y'all.
I'm gonna drop this in our Discord.
Yeah.
It bans the sale of any candy that has embedded in it a toy or trinket.
What?
The Kinder egg thing.
Oh, wait. So what about it?
They don't allow confectionery products that contain a non-nutritive object.
Interesting.
I mean, I can kind of see the logic when they say we can't allow a food thing that has a non-food thing inside of it.
Yeah.
Like, when you put it in those terms, it's like, okay, I guess I see it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Instead, we get the kind that are just like half of it is a candy thing and the other half is the toy.
Well, that's what we play with from Japan anyway, so. Oh, that black piece. That's Blade's back skirt. Whoa, hold up.
It might be, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense.
It is.
I was thinking that hinge had to be something.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
You know why I'd never think of that? Because it seems like such a small piece that wouldn't actually work. Because like now that you've got Sabella out, you can look at the back of how that skirt works.
I don't have her skirt up yet.
Oh.
I didn't open that part.
So
But I do appreciate this, though.
Oh,
not even on camera.
Mm.
That's cool. That's good stuff there.
Mm-mm.
I like that.
Yeah, Sabella's skirt does this thing where it's like, it's kind of got that connector piece similar to Saber, but with like the middle portion is kind of shorter because then the back piece pegs into that. And that back piece also has a hole for the stand.
Oh, okay.
And the way that it's modeled, it's like, if I made something like this in 3D printing, it would be so that hole is so close to the peg that it probably would cause problems. So it's interesting that they were able to do it as on a toy. Like, well, it's almost like there's just a 1 millimeter difference between the peg and the hole.
I mean, we already know that Soto works within those small parameters a lot, so they must have been working those tolerances a while. They had this figure in development for quite a bit. Well, what's up, Galen Molina? How are we today? Doing all right. It's actually a cooler day here in California, so I'm not.
I was wondering about that because we're now 2 hours in, and you haven't mentioned anything about how hot it is.
Yeah. It's a cool day today.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I was able to go on a bike ride before.
Oh, speaking of hot things, I meant to say before when we were talking about spicy foods.
Yeah.
Today I picked up some almonds that are specifically spicy dill pickle flavored. Very nice.
That's interesting. Huh.
When I was looking at the different varieties of those almonds, because I like to get those as a snack,
Sure.
one of them was ghost pepper, and that's one of those things where I picked it up off the shelf, and then thought, no, I could put that back. Like I don't know if that's going to be worth it, just to try it out.
That's fair. Yeah, like that's the thing. They don't have like sampler packs. It's always like you buy the biggest one or you buy nothing.
I don't know
so either you're stuck with it or
what. The closest thing to a sampler was there was this specific bag or a box of jelly beans that are all like different peppers. And from watching a video on them, it seems like they actually taste pretty close to the actual pepper. And they include ghost pepper and or Carolina Reaper.
Oh.
And for that, all I did was just like squeeze that jelly bean a little bit to get the inside and then like just tap it on my tongue. That part of my tongue was numb for about 10 minutes.
Jesus.
So it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to try one of these.
Henry's asking if we have any tips for keeping stickers on Soto. A lot of people do a top coat.
A top coat.
I don't because that's too much work.
I know what it means, but for other people, what is the top coat?
Oh, it's kind of like a spray. You know that you get. It's like a spray paint that you put on. It basically seals in everything. Alternatively, and Josh has done this. Alternatively, you can use. No, Josh didn't do this. Somebody did. Wait, did he do this? Mod Podge. Somebody has used Mod Podge at some point to put a coat on top of it.
I'm pretty sure Dresden Nova had mentioned Mod Podge as like a go-to.
Yeah, I know that Rye had done it early on when she was collecting build. What I do is, oh, hey, that sticker's lifting. Sometimes I'll just let it go and not touch it. Other times I'll take out my just a regular glue stick and stick it back down. And the glue stick has been fairly effective. Like for all the Gaim stickers that have stayed, that is what I use.
Blade Raider also confirms someone in the Discord has been using a flat top coat which looks a lot better than nail polish.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, there are a few methods.
I use
I go with the least messy because like I don't want to deal with what I'm afraid of is if I spray too much on and then it globs, then it's like, well, you're just screwed.
Yeah.
But if you go from the back, go from behind and just stick it back down, then your mistakes are hidden. But it's also, the front of the sticker is susceptible to getting damaged, specifically with ghost figure. Well, drive figures. Some of the detail gets rubbed off. So a top coat would be the best option. But my option is the coward's option. If you're scared of things, then definitely do mine. If you're brave enough, try a top coat of anything you'd like, Mod Podge or otherwise.
And I do what I would describe as the chaotic method, which is a little bit of super glue for stickers.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, you do that. That is chaotic.
But in my defense, I mainly just do that for like really old stuff like X8.
Sure.
Where the stickers are like, oh, this came off the sticker sheet, not because I peeled it.
Yeah. We have a new face. Grade Mask House Restaurant. Hello.
I misread that as Grandma's House Restaurant.
Grandma's House Restaurant. I love Grandma's house to go eat at.
Oh.
What is this? Who are you? What is this one? Number one? Where does that go? Fine, I'll look at the instructions. Blade Raider says, I've used a flat clear to deal with paint that doesn't like to sticker. Never tried it on stickers, though.
I appreciate that Soto Gaim has made it a standard to include all these angled fists. I do. But the Yomotsu Higuri is one where I'm like, I'm putting the stickers on all the fists, but I haven't removed them from the sprue yet.
Yeah, Yomi does. I don't know. The angled fists kind of irked me the moment they used the angled fist on, or the angle on the Sonic arrow holding hand, because like you kind of want to hold an arrow out in front of you, right? It doesn't. You can't do that. Or hold the bow straight. You can't hold the bow straight on it, and I don't.
It just has the one hand. Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell is this sticker? What?
What's going on?
Oh my god. Yeah, this sticker is strange. Hold on. I think it's that. Okay. I'm understanding you now. We have an understanding sticker. Yeah, I agree. Arrow hand's not great. Like, you didn't have to angle those.
They're interesting because of Soto Ryuki specifically. So it's like you're seeing them kind of experiment with that kind of hand.
I wonder if that hand is going to persist.
I say that, but then also we've had Soto Chronicle do that with double, the staff. The special hand.
Oh, yeah. But at least it held it straight.
I was thinking about this recently. I'm not going to do this with my custom hands that I've been making, but you could, if you can print parts that small, make a hand that's got like a hinge, or how do I put this? You could potentially make use of a pin to where you can have a hand that kind of moves up and down, kind of like those Gaim hands are positioned.
Oh, okay. Oh, speaking of that, I found my SH action heroes.
Oh,
yeah.
Please explain these.
So, figure arts are ass. And specifically the Sentai ones they were putting out for a while. I had like 3 Shinken Reds that broke on me in different ways each time. So eventually I was like, well, I don't want to play with these anymore. You can't play with figure arts. But what you can play with are action heroes. And action heroes, well, a lot of their joints or a lot of their plastic is sort of gummy, so I can cut into them easier. So what I did was I took figure arts joints, drilled holes in here with a Dremel, and pop. Did you hear that? Pop. Just popped them in. Popped in these joints. Now he has swappable hands. Really nice weapons. Now Deca Red, he never broke on me, but I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this breakage anymore. So I just started him on that. But got a Shinken Red here. Got a Shinken Gold. So basically, you get all the figure arts accessories, get a lot more articulation out of your action heroes. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I yank out the head and I glue down the neck stump. Yeah, I don't know. This oh, and then the feet. Cut those off and drilled a hole and put the feet in. You know, you could do all these. You got a toe joint now. That's fun. And then this guy, he has the ankle ball pivot, so that's slightly different, but I don't know. It's an option for you. I just cannibalized the figure arts I had because they all broke on me and or were about to break and or I was scared of them breaking. So I just turned them into action heroes so then I could play with them.
I am not surprised at all that 3 Shinken Reds broke.
Yeah. They were $15 on Amazon. Wonder why? Like that's the only reason I had 3 is because they kept going down in price, and I was like, well, mine broke. I might as well get a replacement. Well, mine broke. I might as well get a replacement. Well, mine broke. I might as well just throw it all away. Make a new toy out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really like how that the front of the skirt on that turned out.
It looks great. Like, this is looking pretty good so far. I'm very happy with everything I'm seeing. Let's see. Let's get side of this chest done. That's what I did with Microman hands after literally all of them broke.
Oh yeah, I think Blade Raider had shared that they took some Microman hands and gave them to their Yuta figures.
Yeah, I saw that on the Lupin Rangers you did. That was great. That was great. That was a good move. I love a lot of Microman stuff. I just wish it was any amount of durable. That's why I've never collected any of them. Because, like, I don't know, man. It's such a strange thing to have a toy line where their main action figure is disintegration. Action feature. Did I say action figure? Main action feature is disintegration.
Henry Dang saying RKF pretty much gave up. You right?
Yeah. I had respect for it for a little bit. I had as much as I poo-pooed that line, I was still pulling for it, but then they gave me Kamen Rider Grease with gold plastic. And they never again. All of my ire
for me, it was like they gave us a legacy line, and they just kind of gave up on that.
Yeah, I mean, like, what they did was prepare themselves for the long haul without like I feel like they sort of just assumed that the line was going to do well, so they said, all right, let's do double and make sure to reuse as many molds as possible, right? And like get into a rhythm before they sort of made a big thing out of what they're doing,
Well,
they didn't show off to start with. They just started with a status quo.
What they started off with was Geo and then a mix of Exate and Build, and then year 2 was just double.
Right.
And I don't know. We've got that really cool blog post, which I read in the latest episode, where they talked about they kind of acknowledged that they tried reissuing what was it, the Jiku driver and Decade Ride Watch for that TTFC stuff, and admitted that it didn't really go that well. So that makes me interested to see if they'll ever say anything about RKF.
I mean, I feel like
I want to know what the story was with RKF.
I do too. And when we say this, like, as if in retrospect of the entire line, but we don't know if Revice will have,
they better.
Figures. Yeah. I mean, we know it's going to have Soto. We already have confirmation of that pretty much. Yeah. But we don't know if they'll have RKF. Sabella is great. This is a great figure.
Yeah.
See, this is one where I would like... Oh, wait, you're right. I do have one.
Oh.
I'm going to need to get another one just for this. And I know you said you did this. But,
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Turns out also her hands should be white, but if you're not going to paint the hands white, then hey.
Heck yeah.
The detailing on her hands is a lot lighter than Saber's, so you could potentially, well, you can ignore it, but you could also take a knife to it if you want.
No, if I do it, I will elect to ignore it. But then again, I don't know that I would rebuy this set because, what would I do with any of the extras?
Paint the King of Arthur gold.
Yeah, what did I say it was? You said it just now. What was it?
Solomon Grande.
Solomon Grande. Wow. I love that. Way to toot my own horn on the joke, but yeah. Well, let's see. Soto is mainline now. That's what I'm going with. I would appreciate that. Like, I don't know, man. Everyone gives Soto so much flack. I really wish Soto was like, a lot more notable.
I would say in Japan it's pretty notable.
I'm sure, yeah. It's just, it's not necessarily that I want it to be more popular. It's just, treat it with a little bit more respect, guys. This is a good toy line. It does so many cool things each and every week. You guys just aren't paying attention.
You know what I just realized? Right now, with RKF just kind of mysteriously not making a figure since Psycho, that means that Rider is kind of, with the exception of Figure, it's in the same situation as Sentai is year after year, where it's just got the candy toy figures.
That's true.
I'm sure that it's probably not the same situation exactly, because for me, the situation with Sentai is that the figures aren't the big selling point. I would say Rider. I'd say Rider is very heavily focused on figures. At least as far as they have the form change gimmicks, and that's kind of the combination of a transformation item and also a design, a suit.
I agree. And
whereas for me, Sentai is like it's the main suit, and then also they did a power up. You can put something on top of that suit if you want, but it's mainly about the item.
you know what?
Hmm?
If Soto is truly going to be the main line of Revice, you know how the shows would sort of tailor themselves, I mean, specifically like Decade, right? Tailor themselves for a toy line, for an action figure line. And then that was the main figure line. And then the candy toy just sort of mimicked what the figure line was. What if now they're designing what they look like to Soto's constraints? You know what I mean?
That'd be neat.
Right? Like, I want that.
For some reason, the thing that immediately came to mind wasn't Decade, but O's with the that round button on the back of the suit. That mimics the deluxe figures.
Yeah. And like, man, oh god, I love those candy toys. But the button was on the belt rather than the back for that.
Oh.
Yeah. For the candy toys only.
Right.
This is, oh man, Sabella's great.
Oh, now you can see the thing I was talking about with the back of the skirt assembly.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's like there's such a thin part. I actually went and did a little bit of measuring with the calipers just because I was curious.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that part, there's like a 1 millimeter layer between the peg and the hole.
Oh, wow.
It's not much. Again, that's something where I was like, if I had printed a piece like this, it would probably break.
Let's see. There's an argument to be made for Mini-Plot being the main line of Sentai 2. No more partial helmet changes. I don't know. DX toy, like, that will always be the bread and butter.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, because, like, you know, the line, or at least their designs don't play to the Mini-Plot, they play to whatever the DX toy does. And then Mini-Plot has to course correct from there. But as I was saying, like, if Soto is the be all end all for the figures, I feel like they would technically have more say in, or at least like they'd be more considerate of Soto and their limitations.
You know, I'm thinking about that Shitakura thing and how they are apparently thinking about how Sentai is going to be going forward.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen this video, but Kotetsu Toys did a video about like Sentai toy sales and why they're probably not doing so well.
Uh-huh.
And he brings up a point that I never even thought about because I'm just a toy collector here. It's one of those reasons. Might not be because the toys aren't great. Might be because there's like a declining birth rate in Japan. So So it's like, I wonder if the solution for Sentai is to just kind of shift it to an older audience rather than relying on kids.
Yeah.
Because Riders, I would think it's for a slightly older audience than Sentai.
Sure.
It always feels like it.
I agree. But if they are, you know, if eventually they're self-referential, then they could lean into that a little bit more, like what the old people know.
Remember Shinkenger, old people?
Shinkenger, old people.
The idea of it being like the kids who grew up with Shinkenger are now older.
Oh. For whatever reason, I thought you were referring to like some of the old people within Shinkenger. Like G.
Shinken Brown.
Robert Brown. Poor Yudo Flex not caring what they did to that toy design. We've gotten much more edgy Rider than edgy Sentai.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, but if you you take Space Squad into the equation, there's enough to last you quite a while.
Yenta hasn't aged though.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, and I can say this because I am Asian, but Asian people don't age.
Yeah, I still need to catch up on Saber, but I've at least seen what the actor looks like in the show. He does look weirdly young for what seems to be the character that he's playing.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm done. 7, 8. Okay, I've finished all that. I'm caught up on Soto, I think. Yeah, I don't have any more Soto to sticker. I do have, older candy toys that I need to get through, but
That'd be neat.
Let's see. Sentai used to be aimed higher when Ryder wasn't around. Huh. Henry Dang says, I'm always disappointed when Yudo doesn't make the final forms. Switches every time. Max Riso Red, Riso Calber, all things. Yep. I don't know. I don't understand why. It may be because of their, not, they don't emphasize the figures as much, but that's unfortunate. Malunis, are you good to head out now?
Yeah, maybe it's because we've gone for a little bit longer than usual, but I finally finished a full figure on a stream.
Hey, we did it!
Got there.
All right. Well, hey guys, thank you for hanging out with us. It's been a great time. If you want, there are links in the description to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement, to some hashtag Stop Anti-Asian Hate stuff. There's links to where you can donate to the Trevor Project if you would like. And also, once again, I didn't put it in the description, but Peacemaker wanted us to point out that Games Done Quick is doing their charity stuff for Doctors Without Borders. So definitely check that out. Check out the schedule for all that stuff. It goes to a really great cause. I mean, it's doctors, man. If
we need them.
If last year / this year wasn't a good enough time to really appreciate doctors, and I don't know what to tell you.
They're far more powerful than us. They can wear their masks for days on end.
They can, yeah. They've sacrificed a lot, and I assume Doctors Without Borders is people not just in the States, but like struggling elsewhere to just help people. So definitely check that out if you can. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, Blade Raider, as well, and everybody else in the chat. All right, keep it. Oh no. Well, I have so many boxes around. I don't know.
Juicy.
All right, we'll go with that one.